this is Mary with Mary's Pantry, and today I want to show you how to make 100% tallow soap. It's a very good soap. It's very creamy and it gets very hard and conditioning, very conditioning. Right here in this bowl, I have my water, which is 653.17 grams of water, and I have the lye that is 243.99 grams, and over here I have my tallow, which is 1,814.37 grams of tallow. And so I do cold process soaps for the most part, and I've already melted this down and got it to a temperature. Let's see what the temperature is. The temperature now is at 115, and the temperature of my lye water is at 116. So they're close enough and it's cool enough, although I actually like them to be cooler. We're just gonna go with this. And to do a little prep on your molds here, you're gonna wanna spray them with alcohol. I put mine in a spray bottle. It's 100% alcohol. So you spray your molds. You wanna protect your table as much as possible. And you actually wanna do better at lye safety than I'm showing you. So if you're gonna do this at home, you're gonna wanna wear gloves, long sleeve shirts that kind of cover a little better than mine are. But definitely wear gloves, and you're supposed to wear goggles. So I'm not really very prepared for that yet because I wasn't planning on doing this. It's kind of a last minute thing where I was doing inventory and realized I was low on my tallow soap and it's been selling really good. So I need to get more made and get it in curing. So we're gonna do that now. And be very careful. And again, do not follow my example on this lye because it will burn you bad. Very bad. Don't follow my example on that. But I'm gonna show you how I do it most of the time. And even though it may not be the best, safest way, we're gonna pour when you get the temperature you like, which should be under 120, pour it slowly in because you don't want it to splash up on you. You will lose an eye if that happens. You will lose skin if that happens. So again, don't follow my footsteps on that part. I don't know why I know better and I don't do better, but I'm not. I didn't. I will. I will from now on. In future videos, I'll do better. I'll get the right gear. Maybe somebody can send me the right gear, right? Why not, right? Okay, so there you go. That's in there. You're gonna get all the lye out. It'd be a good thing to strain it too, if you could find your strainer, but I couldn't find my strainer today. So we're just gonna do it like this, which is good. And you'll notice that it starts to turn very cloudy and light. And what we're trying to do at this point is get it to what they call emulsion, where it's all mixed together really good and it starts to thicken up, which is what you'll hear people talk about, bringing it to trace. That's when it gets thicker. You don't want to use this baby here too much because it might thicken up on you too quick if you do. I don't know if I already said this, but this recipe is the most basic that you can get. Now you could do any fat, like all olive oil, which would be a Castile soap, or all lard, or all, any good solid oil really. Now olive oil would take you about a year to cure, so that soap is probably not something you want to start out with. But since tallow and lard cures hard quickly, this works just fine. It's very nourishing. You are not gonna get a lot of bubbles. And see how it's really clear? That means you're good. At this point, this soap would be fine for me to go ahead and pour. but I don't want to. I want it to get a little thicker because I want to make a little decoration on the top and I don't want to wait too long. And another thing, a little tip here, when you pull it up out of the water like that, out of the liquid like that, and you put it back in, you want to burp it. So you want to go like that on the bottom and let the bubbles come up, because if you don't, you'll have air bubbles in your soap. Do that until the air bubbles stop. How creamy that's getting. Pretty white. You don't want to rush this part either. It's not thick enough. Now, if I would have let this go, get cooler than the 115 that it was at the beginning, this wouldn't take as long. If I would have let it get down to, let's say, 90, this wouldn't take this long. But when you're starting out, we just always have been taught that when you're starting out to let it get around 120. Maybe that's because they just want you to learn how to mix it all together and you have time to fix anything that you might have forgot or something like that. I'm going to leave a link in the description below to tell you where I got this at, my molds, and anything else that I might be using during this video. Something that you guys need to have when you start out is one of these. I've had this since the beginning of time, and I've never had to replace any batteries. You just click this little button here and then point it in there, and it gives you the reading. It's perfect. It's wonderful. It's been dropped. I think the little lenses fell out already, and at some point, and it still works. Works just fine. So I will leave a link for everything that I use in the description below. Please use them. I think we're going to say that's good. See how it's burping right there? Getting the air out. And it's kind of thick. You could keep going where it got even more thick, what they would call a heavy trace, where it's almost like pudding. I don't really have that kind of patience. So I usually bring most of my soaps to a light trace, which is kind of what this is called. You can see it, how it plops down in there like that. You can hear it, you can feel it when you're stirring, that it's thickening up. And at that point, as long as it's at a good trace, you can go ahead and pour it. I like to turn it on like this, get all that out of there, tap it against the side. Again, you should be wearing gloves. Wear gloves. Gloves, goggles, long sleeve shirt. Lye is caustic. It will burn you. You only have 2 eyes, so you don't want to screw that up. So make sure that you're doing that. I don't know. I guess maybe because I wear glasses so much, I feel like I'm safer, but I'm not. I should do better, and like I said, I will do better at that. So now we're gonna pour them in here. Like I said, I already have the spray down. And really, if you do this, that's the best bet. Let it hit your spatula. That's going to help too with that air. Because if you go pour it too quick into the mold, that could cause air bubbles as well. Which is just aesthetic. It's nothing that's going to hurt the soap, but just kind of a picky thing. Something that when you put this much effort into it, you don't want little bubbles in your soap. Now that's another thing, bubbles. And so this is not gonna bubble good. You get a little bit of bubbles, but you're not gonna get a lot. And the reason for that is it's the one oil soap. There's no castor oil in it, no almond oil, nothing like that. It's just 100% oil. And you know, some people are like, well, why isn't that soap cheaper than the other soaps if it's that easy to make, if it's only one oil? Well, you know, it's the most expensive oil, tallow. So you got to take that into consideration, whereas I may not be mixing all the different oils, I'm still using the most expensive. So we got to take account for that too. So when you're making your soaps, you're selling your soaps, don't feel bad about that. It's the way it is. People love straight tallow. So after you pour it, you want to give it a good whack on the table. Still very liquidy. So I'm kind of concerned that I might not have done it good enough, but I will know tomorrow. And I'd like to put some design on top. I brought my spoon, but I just know that's not thick enough. And again, I just don't have the patience to do that right now. We're just gonna leave it like that for a little bit, and probably what I'll do in about 20 minutes, come back, and once it's hopefully thickened up by then, I can come back with my spoon and do that. You wanna spray the tops too to help with bubbles, those little air bubbles I was talking about. So make sure you do that. And that's it, you just wait. I will put these in a cardboard box and cover them up for the night and cut them in the morning once I get my spoon after it a little later and make some designs on top. All right, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.